The Insignia 43-inch 4K Fire TV Edition is the third Amazon-powered smart TV we've reviewed. But it's the first we'd recommend and is one of the best TV overall for those on a budget. We've seen Amazon's capable Fire TV OS hampered by bargain bin 4K TV from brands like Westinghouse and Toshiba. So, it's fairly refreshing to see Best Buy's Insignia brand stepping up to offer a decent TV to match the quality of the software. This set is not perfect by any means, but the Insignia is the best Fire TV we've seen. And it delivers a good picture for a smaller set, although its lineup includes one of the best 55-inch TV, too. The attached stand consists of 2 feet, and while the plastic feet are a little chunky, they sit perpendicular to the display instead of at the awkward angle position that so many inexpensive TV designs prefer. It's a small improvement, but for low-priced TV, even small touches make a difference. The TV itself is fairly thick, with a rounded chassis. On the back panel is a 4-hole pattern for standard 200x200mm VS mount. Ports. On the left-hand side of the TV, you will find 2 panels of inputs, one that faces left and includes 2 HDMI ports, one of which has ARC support, a single USB port, and a headphone jack for audio output. A second, rear-facing panel offers a third HDMI port, an RF connector for antenna and cable, composite video input, digital optical output for surround sound, and an Ethernet port. Performance. Looking over the specs for the Insignia, a 43-inch 4K display, a 60 Hz refresh rate, and limited HDR capability, I wasn't too excited about the prospect of another mediocre Amazon TV. However, the Insignia impressed me right out of the gate. Watching scenes from Spider-Man: Homecoming, we saw vibrant colors and fairly smooth action for a 60 Hz panel. In a scene in which Spider-Man climbs the Washington Monument, the bright blue skies and green lawns of the National Mall looked great, and the reds and blues of Spidey's suit looked true to life. Night shots of a Marvel-inflected Manhattan offered bright city lights, especially on Avengers Tower. More demanding tests proved that this good first impression wasn't a fluke. In Blade Runner 2049, close-ups of faces and hands demonstrated that the display handled flesh tones fairly well. It produced realistic shades and none of the banding we often encounter on less expensive displays. HDR support is limited to HDR10, and without local dimming, the effect isn't as rich as you might expect from an HDR-capable TV. That said, in Blade Runner 2049, realistic light shone on bones presented on a lit examination table. In another scene, filled with deep shadows, unlined light spilled over into portions of the screen that should have been nearly black, but no more so than we've seen on other sub-$500 TV. Color accuracy is better, as well. The Insignia Fire TV Edition registered a Delta E rating of 3.9, which isn't spectacular. That score makes the Insignia slightly less accurate than the LG UK 6300, 3.7, and decidedly worse than the TCL 43's 517 Roku TV, 1.7. When we plugged in our Xbox One X, the game console was ready to rock and roll. Not only did it support 4K gaming, but the Insignia also supports HDR in 10-bit color, which many inexpensive TV do not. In actual gameplay, we were impressed to see that colors were vibrant and HDR lent a vividness to content that SDR-only sets can't replicate. In Assassin's Creed Origins, that meant lush greenery in a desert oasis and glowing torches when exploring underground tombs. In Forza Horizon 3, cars shone with a realistic gleam in the sunlight and taillights had a realistic glow in nighttime races. Visually, the set is well suited to 4K gaming, but its tested lag time of 38 milliseconds may put off more competitive gamers. Audio. The small TV may be inexpensive, but it's largely free of the anemic audio that is so often heard in the sub-$500 range. The TV has a pair of 8-watt speakers, and while they aren't remarkably loud, they do offer fairly rich sound. Smart features. Amazon's name is all over the Insignia's packaging and home screen, and with good reason. Where past Insignia models relied on Roku Smart TV operating system, this new model is all about Amazon's Fire TV OS. Remote control. If you're already on board with Amazon's Fire TV devices, the remote that comes with the Insignia will be refreshingly familiar. The remote itself is slightly longer than the Fire TV version, and the button layout seems slightly more refined, but the design is extremely similar to that of the Fire model, from the shape of the remote to the mic button at the top. The other big difference is an Insignia logo emblazoned on the face of the remote. Overview. While I've had reservations about Amazon Smart TV in the past, the Insignia 43-inch 4K Fire TV Edition An S43DF710 and N18 is the first one I recommend. The combination of a low price and decent, if not category-leading performance helped this set edge ahead of the disappointing Amazon-branded smart TV we've seen previously. The TCL43's 517 Roku TV still stands out as our favorite budget 4K TV, mostly for its extensive HDR support and excellent picture quality. But the Insignia manages to match that set in a few key respects. The built-in mic for voice search is nice on the TCL, but it takes on new capability on the Alexa-powered Insignia, and the Amazon Fire TV OS, while not yet a match for Roku's polished interface, does have the makings of a legitimate competitor. A few key updates from Amazon could close that gap in a hurry. We are going to end this video right away. If you have any query or information to share, please leave a comment below. Thanks for watching.